Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Miriam and I love everything about reading. So on this channel I share with you all things bookish. I recently started working in a bookstore, so I know where you can find all the good books. It's a local Christian bookstore in the Netherlands, so we don't sell a lot of English books, but we actually do sell quite a lot of translated books. And well, because I started working in a bookshop, obviously that meant that the temptation to buy books has grown. But on the other hand, it's sort of, I can manage. I know that it sort of happened like this. A few years ago, I thought that when a book came out, I had to have it immediately before it was sold out. And now that I do work in a bookstore, I know that we can always order the book and that it is there within a few days. So that sort of changed, and I do keep a list of all the books that I want to buy, but because I've started to work less, so I work part-time, only like on average 11 hours a week in the bookstore, and the rest of the time is devoted to writing. And as you can imagine, that's not really a job where you earn a lot of money, so I do not spend a lot of money on books this year. That was actually one of my resolutions as well, so it's a good thing. But I have bought a few books, also from gift cards and things that people gave me on my birthday. So I think like only half of the books that I will show you in this video is bought for not the full price, because I do get a discount at the bookstore. If you've been following me for a while, you know that in December I did a very big unhaul, so I got rid of, I think it was over 100 books in the end, because the weeks after I still found books that were not, I wasn't really happy about. And actually on King's Day in the Netherlands we have this concept of, we call it the Vrijmarkt, which can be translated as free market. So you actually go sit in the village somewhere. Well, I do live in a village, I do not live in a city. So you're going to sit there and you're going to sell all the stuff that you've got and you want to get rid of. So I got rid of quite a lot of the books. I still have a few things left that I do need to put on second-hand shops like eBay. And well, we do have a different type of eBay in the Netherlands. It's called Marktplaats, and I need to put the rest of the stuff on that. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the books that I've got, and from like the 1st of January until the, well, until now, the, I don't know, 29th? Yeah, we're on the 29th, right, of May. Well, I'm filming this beforehand, obviously, but still. So, some books I got. There are actually 2 English books. I'm not buying a lot of English books these days. So the first book I got was in February, so I did not get a discount yet, but this book was on a special price. It's, and I'm sorry if you hear some background noises, but I'm filming with the window open because it will get really hot in my room if I do not do that. But maybe you do not hear the background noises. I hope you don't, but if you do, that's why. So the first book I got was, I think the English title is Land of Silence, a complete literal translation. Yeah, Land of Silence by Tessa Afshar. This was on a special price because of reasons I'm not entirely sure, and it was the only book from Tessa Afshar that was missing from my bookshelf. I did not have it at that time that were published in Dutch, so I bought it obviously because it was a special price, and I had like I think I had a gift card that I got for my birthday, so that's why I bought this one. And then there's actually 2 books that I do not have here because my sister-in-law borrowed the entire Hope Harbor series by Irene Hannon, and book 2 and 3 were missing, so those books I also got. I did not buy them with gift cards or anything, but I got discount because I work at the bookstore at the moment I bought those books. And then I got Ranger's Apprentice, book 16. This series is easy for me to read in English, but I started collecting the Dutch series, so I feel the need to continue collecting the Dutch books and not add the English books, and that's actually a good thing because now a lot of family members whose English is not as good as mine can also read the books in Dutch. I already read it and it was okay-ish, let's put it like that. I've read better books by John Flanagan, but still I do like the series, and I did like that Holt was back into the game. Next I got Jewel of the Nile. I think this is also a literal translation, like, of the title. Jewel of the Nile. Yep, by Tessa Usher. That book came out in February, March, I'm not entirely sure, 2022, and obviously I had to have it, and that's actually a good thing about getting rid of a lot of books and not buy as many books as I used to buy, is that you get into the books quite, well, immediately is not the correct word, but there's not that many books on my TBR as there used to be. Well, that's at the time when I bought this book, because now I got a lot of, well, we get a lot of books from publishers like advanced reader copies, or not really advanced reader copies, but you get an extra book that you cannot sell but you can read in order to know what the book is about, so you can recommend it to people. And I actually got quite a lot of those books on my TBR at the moment, but still, this was a book that I could read almost immediately after I bought it. And I think that's also the reason why I haven't bought any new books yet, because there are so many books on my TBR and I want to finish that before I buy some new books, so I can save up some money as well, which is also good. Well, this life-changing book, Your Head is a Houseboat, by Camel Walker, also known as Truthless. In January I was in quite a bad place. I do have celiac disease, for those of you who don't know yet, so I'm gluten intolerant, and I got glutenized. That's how my the kids I looked after when I was an au pair called it, and that affected my mental health greatly. And then I discovered the channel of Truthless, and I noticed that he'd written a book, and this helped me greatly because, well, your mental health is affected by the gluten. It's going to be very difficult to explain. I'll try to explain in a few words, but I got really depressed when I ingest gluten, apart from sickness and all other nasty things, and that depression will linger if I don't do anything about it. So this book has been a great help in avoiding that. So if you haven't read it yet or haven't seen it, go and buy it. It's such a great book on mental health. It has pictures and it's very easy to read, and it's such a great book, so I recommend it to everyone. Also, for the next book, Redeeming Your Time by Jordan Reyna. Last year I read quite a lot of books on productivity. They always say work smarter, not harder, and that really helped, but I did miss the Christian perspective on it, and this book provides a Christian perspective on productivity, and that is amazing, and I would recommend this book to at least every Christian if you want to get more productive, but also want to, like, how can I put this? Well, find the great why behind your productivity, and that this book really helps with that. And then this book came in, All That Really Matters by Nicole Dees, and it's yeah, well, I absolutely love the story, and the book cover is very pink, and I thought this was going to be feel good over the top, but it's actually not. The romantic part of the book is not as present as I thought it would be, and because I bought that book in the well, the week of the bookstore, I got this book as well, De Nacht die Mijn Leven Voorgoed Veranderde, which is a Dutch original book by Lodi van der Kamp. He is a Jewish rabbi who writes books mostly about the Second World War, and this is also about Auschwitz, and it's based on a true story. So I haven't read this one yet, but it's a very short book, so that's good if you're behind on your reading challenge, although I do not care about that as much as I did last year. The first 3 months of the year I worked at a different job, and I had to leave that job. I had made some plans, and then the Christian bookstore thing came up, so but anyway, I worked there, and I had I said goodbye, and I got this book as a gift when well, on my last day of work there, and I'm currently reading it. It's kind of a slow story, but I do like it so far. It's not like a story that really blows your mind, but it's quite a good story so far, and it's also a translated book. The original title is The School Teacher of Saint Michel, and in Dutch they have changed it to Het Kerserspoor, and I sort of think that I know why they did it, and this is actually one of those titles that the translated title, or the title they gave it in a translation, is quite good, or sometimes it's even better than the original title. That's actually totally off topic, but there's a book that Lynn Austen wrote on the Second World War in the Netherlands. I'm not diving into the quality of the book because I haven't read it. There were some differences in the translations of the title, and Lynn Austen actually said in an interview that she liked the Dutch title, that if you were to translate it into English again, she liked it better for her story and more fitting than the original title. So that was kind of interesting. Now there's only 2 more books to go, both are Dutch originals. I got this book, was also for a special prize, Meer dan ooit, or More Than Ever, by Marina Volkers, who is a Dutch writer who happens to live in the same village as I do. And I've actually met her once now that I'm working in a bookstore, so that was amazing. And this is one of her books that I've already read this book 2 times before I got the book, but I really like this story. And the last book is a very good book as well, because it's called Help Hetty in House, and that's absolutely not the reason why it's good, but it was written by someone whose name is Mirjam Schippers, and that happens to be me. So this is my 9th book, and obviously this has to go in my book haul because it is a book that I recently acquired. It came out in April, and if you translate the title, it's Help Noise in the House, and that's not as good as the Dutch edition, because the Dutch edition has alliteration, Help Hetty in House. And this is the 3rd book in the series about a family where a widow and a widower are married. Well, they got married in the previous book, and now they live with a family of 9 in a very big house. And well, if the book is about whether that's okay, but maybe by the title you can guess whether it will work. And obviously it does have some feel-good elements in it, so obviously things are going to end well. It's a young adult book, or not really young adult, middle grade book, so it's not like a very, very, very deep story, but still I think it's a very nice story. And I really struggled writing this, by the way, but this video is not for that. Those were all the books that I acquired this sort of first half of the year, because, well, I do have like not really a book buying ban, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not buying as much books as I thought I would buy when I would work in a bookstore. I was thinking maybe in the future I could do a video about the books I wrote myself. If you would like that, let me know it in a comment. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber yet, but you want to hear more about all the books I read and bookish content, then consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, happy reading!